Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Ram 1500 RHO Crew Cab. This model is finished off in bright white, and the MSRP is just over $92,000. This is the Ram high output. This basically replaces the TRX. So this has the new Hurricane engine, which it'll say Hurricane high output and RHO on the hood there. This is a 3-liter twin turbo inline 6. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 540 horsepower, 521 pound-feet of torque. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. Top speed is 118 miles an hour. It also has ground clearance of 11.8 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, this is basically going to resemble the TRX. Up front, the Ram logo is massive. It also has the cutouts to provide more cooling. There's a forward camera, a sensor for distance pacing, parking sensors as well. This has a steel front bumper where there's fog lights, tow hooks, skid plates underneath, and then the functional inlet in the hood. There's also the amber lights, there's heat extraction vents, and then that matte black to give it a great look, blending in nicely with the grille surround. And there's also LEDs up top and some more functional inlets on both sides. Now, as we move our way to the side, this has a set of 35-inch tires along with the matte black wheels, and it has the Bilstein suspension. This has about 13 inches of travel up front and 14 inches in the rear. So technically you can jump this, as you've probably seen some Ram videos where these can get airborne. They have the suspension for it and just going off-road in general. Now there's another trim accent behind that. Steel running boards, which could act as a rock slider, and then gloss black for the mirror caps where there's a camera and a turn signal. There's also gloss black for the door handles, and there's also a full panoramic roof up top. You'll notice RHO on the side, and then in back, there's the camera, all of the logos, of course, steel rear bumper. This can tow around 8,300 pounds with a 1,500 payload capacity. And then this has remote start too. So let's take a listen to that Hurricane engine with the startup. It's not going to be quite as loud as that outgoing V8, but it has a good tone to it nonetheless. There's also the bed step too, so you can use that as needed. Now this does have the soft opening tailgate, which is nice, and the spray and bed liner. There's tie-down hooks, there's a 115 volt and some cargo lights as well, so that way you can place in several items, and look at how quickly that closes. You barely have to give it any effort. And then there's also another look at the Bilstein suspension there. Now, if you want a massive truck, which it is currently locked, so you do have to grab a door handle, you can configure this, of course, to unlock the rears too. If you want a big vehicle, this is going to give you a lot of space. You'll also notice all of the alcantara and leather for the door panel, Harman Kardon for the audio. There's a split design for the storage too. And this also has storage in the floor. So if you lift up the all-weather floor mats, you have this pretty deep compartment here that has some drain plugs in it, so you can hide some items underneath there if you would like. And you can also put items underneath the floor. You have this to slide depending on if you need a divider or you need a little bit more space. And then you can fold these down and have room for your backseat passengers. Now there's grab handles and a lot of space. There's storage pockets, cup holders. You get heated and ventilated seats, lots of auxiliaries and vents. And then if you don't have a middle passenger, you get cup holders, alcantara and leather for the armrest with some storage underneath. There's also the power sliding rear glass, and I have about 2 inches of headroom at 5'10". 3 people could easily ride around in the back. This also gets massaging seats with memory seating adjustments, power folding side mirrors, window controls, and then all the same materials. And you get a grab handle up front where there's also RHO and the red accents. But let's start this back up where this has a leather steering wheel, massive paddle shifters. They're actually broken up because you have audio and tuning adjustments in between them. There's all the cruise control settings, some carbon fiber accents, and then controls to go through the digital gauge cluster. So you'll notice you have a few different views within the speedometer, so you can pull all of those up depending on what works for you. There's driver assistance, lots of vehicle information to go through all of these stats. You can look at performance. So for this pickup truck, you have a lot to go through. And then there's trip information, navigation when that's on and running, some off-roading pages, even your trailering settings, and then audio and messages. And then you can even go into some of these settings here where you have the head-up display, speed warnings. You can even get to the screen setup, which is not new from Ram, but that is very easy to do, and you have a lot of ways to configure it. Now there's headlight and fog light adjustments, a dimmer switch, pedal adjustments, the e-brake. This does have a head-up display, There's leather and alcantara for the dash. There's even some storage behind this massive vertical screen. And there's a lot to go through within the screen. So there's navigation and music, and then you can also swipe over and add some widgets as needed. There's media, all of your climate adjustments. You can even get to the rear heated seats as well. Pair your phone. You can go through some of the camera settings, and then you can deep dive into the performance pages. So you can look at timers, different gauges to monitor, G-force meters, propulsion, dynamics. You can look at all of this information here, which is really neat to see, especially for a pickup. You have race options for launch control, your shifting lights too, and then driving modes and trailer tow pages. So you can set all of this up depending on the driving mode and how you want the vehicle to react. You can also get into a few apps. There's navigation as well, and then fan speed, temperature adjustments, some defrosters too. You have hazards, and then physical buttons for volume and tuning. Still within the screen, there's parking sensors along with the trailering steering, so you can use that control down below to back up. If you never backed up with a trailer before, it's definitely helpful. And then you have trailer braking controls on the left. There's also factory auxiliary switches, so if you have exterior lighting, things like that, you have a place to send power to them. There's tons of auxiliaries with 2 wireless charging pads. Under the carbon fiber lid, there's cup holders. This also has launch control, an axle lock, 4-wheel drive selectors, downhill assist with engine start stop, and there's a few driving modes. Some of these will change the 4-wheel drive system on its own, just depending on the mode, and then there's a few for on-road. Now with it in reverse, you have the backup camera, but you can also gain access to the forward angle as well, and a few others here as needed. You can also shift here or with the paddles. There's a little bit of storage on the outside. There's also more alcantara and leather for the armrest, where you get 2 storage bins, along with the conversions on the backside and some coin holders. And then there's a locking glove box, and I'm going to try to reach all the way over where your passenger has their own screen. So you can look at devices, cameras, there's navigation to input, you can even look at your audio, any messages, and then controls for wireless headphones. So you can have some information going for your passenger. There's also the digital rear view mirror, along with some controls on the right, a sunglass holder, there's adjustments for the sliding rear glass, along with the sunshade and sunroof, the tailgate, dome lights, and garage door controls. And then a look at visibility, you can easily see the tailgate and see over that left side as well. So still in sport mode, second gear, here we go. And just a minor acceleration, this can get up. It has a lot more potential, of course, but this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Ram RHO. There's some nice updates to it compared to the TRX with the digital gauge cluster and a few other settings, but in general, this is nearly identical to that truck, just having the different power plant. So it's very comfortable. You sit high up as well, and the visibility is pretty good out of the front. You can learn where the passenger side is while you can't see the hood on that side. It's pretty easy to keep within the lanes and to drive. So there's even the corner mirrors for the side mirrors there that you can manually adjust. So for the normal mirror, that is automatic, of course, but you can manually adjust that, especially if you're towing. You can use that just to see a little bit farther in either direction. It's also something that can handle pretty well. It is a tall vehicle, of course. It won't have a low center of gravity, but this is going to handle pretty good for on-road and, of course, have really no issues off-road based on the videos that I've seen. I think it'd be really cool to have one of these to test out its off-roading capabilities and really see what this is able to do. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Ram 1500 RHO. Once again, huge shout out to Benson Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram for providing this for me today. Take a look at the website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.